So first one is chance entrepreneurs, a women who went into business by luck or accident without any preparation, clear goals or plans. Such entrepreneurs are called chance entrepreneurs. Next is created entrepreneurs, government or some agencies that specifically identify, motivate, train, equip, and develop as entrepreneurs. Such entrepreneurs are called as created. That means consider you're a lady, you're a person who has all the talent, who has all the creativity, but you're not ready to start a business. But government and some other private agencies, what they do is they help you, they train you, they equip you, they give you all the facilities including finance, loans, etc., and they make you start a business. That is created. You have been created. First one is chance, where there is you don't have any idea but suddenly you have become an entrepreneur. Second one is created. You have every talent, but you haven't yet started. Still government and some other agencies, they have identified you, they have identified you as a person who can do business very well, and they have given you all the training, etc., so that you can start a business. Such one is called as created entrepreneurs. Third one is Benami entrepreneurs, a women who act as facade for business of their husband or brother. Such entrepreneurs are called Benami entrepreneurs. That means what here? Consider your brother or your father or your husband has a business. They are running the business, but it is on your name. Okay, you may be running it or not. It is on your name. Such entrepreneurs are called as Benami entrepreneurs. Okay. Next one is natural entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs take business as profession on their own by self-planning or motivated through profit factor, and also keep themselves busy. Such entrepreneurs are called as natural entrepreneurs. Sorry, this is wrong. It is natural entrepreneurs. Now, yesterday I was telling you, you may be good at very dancing, you have taken some dancing classes, and now you're free. So what you want to do, just instead of sitting at home being as a housewife, you want to start something just for your time pass or profit also. Such entrepreneurs are called natural entrepreneurs. They are just doing their business at home only, or in a very soft way, or into their professions. It may be a singing classes, dancing classes, tuitions you may take, beauty parlor, tailoring, or any such things. You have a talent and you have started that as a profession. That is natural entrepreneurs. Next, you have forced entrepreneurs or push factors. Forced, here you are being forced. That means what? There are some women entrepreneurs who accepts entrepreneurial activities to overcome financial difficulties. The family situation forces them either to develop the existing family business or to start new ventures to improve the economic conditions of the family. Such categories of entrepreneurs are termed as force entrepreneurs or push factors. You see what happens, certain financial conditions at home may lead you into a business or into a working woman. Maybe you may go for a job. If you don't find a job, you're talented, you have some ideas, so you will start a business. Maybe you don't have time or you may not be so much interested, but the financial condition or some other conditions is forcing you to become an entrepreneur. Such entrepreneurs are called as forced entrepreneurs or push factors. You're being pushed. Next comes affluent entrepreneurs. Affluent women entrepreneurs are those women entrepreneurs who hails from rich business families. Their daughters, daughter-in-laws, sisters, sister-in-laws, or wives of affluent people in the society. Many of them are engaged in beauty parlor, interior decoration, book publishing, film distribution, and the like. The family supports the above type of entrepreneur in carrying out their responsibilities. What did you understand by this? Affluent entrepreneurs means already they have some family business. Their brothers, their fathers, sisters, they are already into the business. What you are doing here is you are also taking a part in that. You are continuing that business, or you have started your own business which is very much related to that business. Such entrepreneurs are called as affluent entrepreneurs. Okay. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮದರ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಪಾರ್ಲರ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಜಾಯಿನಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್, ಆರ್ ನೀವೇ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದೊಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ affluent entrepreneurs. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಪಾರ್ಲರ್ ಹೆಸರದ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಹೊಸ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ದೋಸ್ entrepreneurs are called as affluent entrepreneurs. Pull factors. New push factors nodidri alla. Here you have pull factors. Women in towns and cities take up entrepreneurship as a challenge to do something new and to be economically independent. These are coming under the category of pull factors. They belong to educated women who generally take up small and medium industries where risk is low. Under this category, women usually start service centers, schools, food catering centers, restaurants, grocery shops, etc. Pull factors antandre, the women or ladies of towns and cities, what they do is they want to start a business. There are so many factors because they are talented, they are seeing so many things around them, they've got the knowledge, so they want to start it. And along with that, they also want to be economically independent. And moreover, in cities and towns, you have lots of options of doing so many things. Market exists over there. So in such cases, we call them as pull factors. These are the entrepreneurs who we call them as pull factor entrepreneurs. Self-employed entrepreneur. Poor or very poor women in villages and town rely heavily on their own efforts for sustenance. They start tiny and small enterprises like brooms making, wax candle making, providing tea and coffee to offices, ironing of clothes, knitting work, tailoring firm, etc. Such women are called self-employed entrepreneurs. Self-employed antandre, even here also, like what you have seen earlier, due to financial condition, forced. So the difference, this is also you can call it as forced only, because here the financial condition, the condition of the family, the condition of the living has made her to do something of her own. So here they are also called as self-employed entrepreneurs. They start their own small businesses like providing tea. Here you have so many examples. Candle making, agarbattis making, there are so many things. You will get such examples here also in Gulbarga. Then comes as rural entrepreneurs. Women in rural area or villages start enterprises which needs at least organizing skill and less risk. Dairy products, pickles, fruit juices, papads, jaggery making, and coming under this category of rural entrepreneur. Rural antandre halli olag madodu. What is available over there, raw material, other lindane they are going to do the business. Most probably you can call them as agricultural products, fruits, vegetables, etc., or dairy products. Okay, so these are the different types of women entrepreneurs that you find. So next we will go for functions of women entrepreneur. Women entrepreneur is not different from the concept of entrepreneur. All the concept, characters, and functions are applicable to women entrepreneur. The role of women in family and society is changing very fast. Those days are gone where typically women are expected to look after household activities. Change in various social aspects like equal treatment to women, no discrimination among male and females, availability of equal opportunities to work in any field. Slowly, these changes have forced her to become more competitive and also encouraged into business operations. So this part we studied in concept only. That is, entrepreneur, the concept and characteristics what is applicable for entrepreneur is also same applicable to women entrepreneur also. Earlier we had a society very narrow minded. Men are the boss of the houses, women have to look after the household activities. But now that concept has changed. So we are into a new world where women are very active, intelligent, talented. They are coming out, showing off their talents, and they are also bold enough to do so many things. So if we categorize the functions like this, functions of women entrepreneur have planning, organizing, staffing, directing, leadership, motivation, supervision, coordination. Functions of women entrepreneur we say. Last year you have studied PPM, no? Principles of Management. Have you studied principles?
Yes,
In first semester you have studied, no? PPM?
ma'am, principles of marketing, ma'am.
Principle of marketing.
Okay. I think you'll be studying it in third sem. Principles of management. Okay. All these are the principles of management. The functions what every entrepreneur has to perform. That means you want to do something, whether it may be business, studies, or anything. Even consider a small function in your house. You need all these things. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ characters or functions ನೀವು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. These we call them as functions. Consider ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಟೂರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೀರ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. You want to go for a tour. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, a perfect planning is required. Organizing that, staffing that, directing. You require a leadership for that, motivation for you to do all the things, supervision, coordination. What are all these things that we'll study here? Planning. All of you know regarding planning. From your childhood, you have been doing this planning at every stage, I think. If you want to go for a function, you plan what to wear, how to dress up, isn't it? Similarly, here in a business, planning is a basic managerial function of women entrepreneur. It helps in determining course of action for achieving various entrepreneur objectives like what to do, how to do, when to do, and who will do a particular task. Here you're starting a business. Entrepreneurship ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದೊಂದು ಓನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ. Amount invest ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ. That amount you have to get it back plus profit. Okay, so if you want to go for a profit, if you want to get at least whatever you have invested, you want it back, then a perfect planning is required. Even for a simple to simple, consider you want to study for your internals, planning is required. If you want to conduct online classes, planning is required. Online classes, timetable ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there will be a hodgepodge. ನಾನು ಇದೇ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ವಾಣಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ also may give same timing for classes. Then it will be very difficult to manage. So the perfect planning is required in whatever you do. Okay, so here what you will be deciding what to do, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, how to do, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವೆನ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಂಡ್ ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಅ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ. Organizing. Every women entrepreneur needs personnel to look at different aspects of the enterprise. She sets up the objectives, goals to be achieved by its personnel. The function of organizing is to arrange, guide, coordination, direct, and control the activities of other factors of production. Organizing antandre, when you start a business, if it is very small, single-handed, you can manage. Once it starts growing, you require some employees. Here we are calling them as personals. Personnel means they are the employees or manager level employees. Okay. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಭಾಳ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಅಂತ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ, ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಅಂತ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ these employments, when you start employing staff, organizing is very important. ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, that you have to organize, whether they are doing it perfectly or not, which work should be done by whom. Okay, that is organizing. Staffing. Every women entrepreneur has to perform the function of staffing, which includes manpower planning, recruitment, selection, and training, placement of manpower, development of promotion, transfer, etc. Now you see, as I've told you, organizing. You have different staff, you have to organize who should do what. Next comes is staffing. Staffing means you have to plan what type of staff you require. ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಂತವ್ರು ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಗಿವ್ ದೆಮ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ. ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದ, ಈ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಗೋಬೋದಾ? No, I cannot take, because that person is not suitable to handle the commerce subjects. Similarly, if you have a beauty parlor, you have to choose such a staff who is having knowledge about beautician course. Okay, clear about this? This is staffing. Directing. Directing initiates organized and planned action and ensures effective performance by subordinates towards the accomplishment of group activities. So all of you know regarding directions. Directing antandre enu, you are a leader, you have so many subordinates along with you. So you are going to take your subordinates and move further. How to move further? You have to choose a right path. You have to reach the goal. Nim business ada, a goal nimag reach agbekagide. So you have to take a right path. You have to direct everyone towards reaching the goal. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮುಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ದಾರಿ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, this is directing. Next, leadership. A women entrepreneur has to issue various orders, instructions, and guide her subordinates in their work to improve their performance and achieve enterprise objectives. It is the ability to build up confidence and zeal among people and to create an urge in them to be successful leader. She must possess the qualities of foresight, drive, initiative, self-confidence, and personal integrity. Being leader is not simple. You're leading a group of people. Okay. In class anna ನೀವು lead ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ. I am leading the department. Leading yesterday or in earlier classes, I told you leadership doesn't mean just to dominate, show your dominance. It's not like that. You have to take your group along with you. Then only it will be successful. You can lead to success, otherwise it is not possible. How you are instructing your subordinates, how you are guiding your subordinates to reach the goal, that is a good leadership. And first of all, leaders should have a very good qualities. You should have a long-term vision, future planning, that is foresight. He should be able to initiate, take the first step. ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಹಿಂದಿನವ್ರು ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಇಡಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲಾನ್, you have to go towards the right path, then only you can lead them over there. Okay, you should have self-confidence and personal integrity. Next comes is motivation. A women entrepreneur has to provide some personal incentive to the subordinates to motivate, persuade, and inspire them for contributing their best towards the achievement of enterprise objectives. So what is happening? You are a leader. You have started a business. Along with you, there are your subordinates. Nim subordinates idare, nim group ada over there. So, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ staff ಇದ್ದಾರ, ನಿಮ್ದೇನು goal ಅದ, they also should have the same goals. ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತೀರಿ, ಅವ್ರದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. Now the question comes is, why they will support you? Because you have to motivate them. How do you motivate? You see, you are paying salary. So that is one part. Next part is they should have that inner feeling, I have to do this. They should have interest in the work what you are doing. That is also very important. So new staff choose ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ select ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Select such a person who has very good knowledge in the field what you are appointing him, and he should also have interest to do that. Next thing is the salary what you are paying. So here in this picture you can see extrinsic motivators and intrinsic. This is what is his own interest. This is what he is getting the amount. So with all this motivation only you can reach towards the goal. Supervision. You have appointed, you have your own goal, you have started a business, you have planned perfectly. Staff you have appointed, you have motivated them by giving salary, everything. Now next question comes is supervision. After giving instructions, the women entrepreneur has to see that the given instructions are carried by subordinates at work to get the required and directed work done, and to correct the subordinates whenever they go wrong. Okay, andre artha enu? Staff gitkondiರಿ, they have started working. Okay, now as a leader you have to supervise whether they are doing it correctly or not. If they are wrong, you have to correct them. Continuous supervision is compulsory. A servant comes to your house, you supervise her. You tell her, clean over there, clean this part, clean it correctly. If she is going wrong, you will guide her. That is supervision. Next, last one, that is coordination. Without coordination, there is no teamwork at all. Coordination is one of the most important functions. It creates a team spirit and helps in achieving goals through collective efforts to provide unity of action in the pursuit of common objectives. So now you have started a business, you have appointed staff. Of course, your leader, your head, but you have subordinates. Subordinates are also working for you. So you and your subordinates actually form a team. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ಒಂದೇ team. When you can succeed, when there is a coordination among yourself. First of all, ನೀವು ಒಂದು team ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. A BCom first year class, I say. As a class, you are one single group. Maybe there are two leaders, but leaders and all of you together form one single group. Consider there is a match between BCom first year and second year. What happens? All the BCom 1 becomes a team. You support for your team. Then only you coordinate for your team. Then only you can win. When it is between commerce and science, what happens? All the BCom girls become one team. Okay? So, a team spirit. And don't unmute yourself. You are disturbing the class. Soni Hiremat. It creates a team spirit and helps in achieving goals through collective efforts to provide unity of action in the pursuit of common objectives. You have a common objective. You are moving towards that. Clear about this? Next one, you have controlling. Coordination aitu, now controlling. This is very important. Controlling is a process that enables to get its policies implemented and take corrective actions if the performance is not according to the predetermined standards. Team other, you have staff, you're just moving towards your goal. So there, controlling is also very important because there are certain rules and regulations that are framed, there are policies framed. So you have to control the move in such a way that you are into the same path. You are reaching your goal. You are satisfying your rules and regulations. You are within the policies that have to be implemented. That is controlling. Control ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕ್ ಹಂಗ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದ ಅದು ನಿಮಗ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. How you want to move in a correct way. That is controlling the actions. Okay. So this is all what you have regarding the functions of women entrepreneurs. So these are the functions. Today we have studied the types of women entrepreneurs and functions we have studied. Okay. So till now there are only 64 participants.